The following podcast is recommended for mature audiences only. The following podcast is recommended for adults only. Maturity is not a requirement.
Download! Hello and welcome to Dear Download. This is a podcast where, sod it, we've got an intro. I don't want to do it this one. I just want to talk about Download. Simon's here. Simon, how are you?
Hello.
I was just about to say, and how was Download? But that's what we're going to talk about in probably the next two episodes. So I don't want you to give a sum up of it now. Idiot.
Yeah, it was good. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So there you go.
Download, Dear Download podcast, YouTube Shorts edition.
Hope you liked the 2-minute podcast.
But yeah, we're both suffering still a little bit. We had a good weekend, but the heat and the dust and all that, you can probably hear it in my voice already. I'm still a bit bunged up. It's probably I'm sure you all understand. You're probably all feeling the same, but yeah, you're feeling all right now, Simon. Yeah.
I'm good. Oh, yeah, I felt good. Like we were just talking about before the show. I didn't actually drink that much on the last 2 days. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I seem to just drink less and less at Download. I don't know why. Like, maybe I'm just getting old. But, yeah. Like,
Well, you were 39 at Download this year.
25? Hello?
25. Yeah.
25?
Yeah, sorry.
So, yeah, I mean... I guess I just enjoy it so much. I don't really need to drink that much to enjoy it. So have a few beers in the day and then I'm happy as Larry, really. But yeah, it was great. It was too hot.
It was too hot.
Too hot.
And
yeah,
because
too
it
hot.
was
So
too hot.
Those last 2 days, imagine that, 2 degrees hotter, and that's what it was like at Bloodstock last year.
Really? I was thinking about that a couple of days ago. Because I remember hearing how hot Bloodstock was.
Yeah.
But that is insane.
Yeah, it was insane. Like, it was lovely. I'm not going to complain about good weather, but for some parts of the day it was hard.
Yeah,
because it zaps your energy like proper. So for the last few days, I was making sure I was getting plenty of water, and I did feel a lot better. On the Friday after Bring Me, I was absolutely shattered. I don't think I've ever been that tired after a day at a festival before. Really? So I'm either showing my age or I was having way too much fun. But yeah, it was a great time, and there are a lot of complaints, which we'll get to. I have a lot of things to say about certain people's complaints, but we'll get to that. But yeah, overall, loved it. What about you, dude?
Me, yeah, absolutely. I opposite end of the scale to you. I drank too much, way too much, and missed out on a lot of stuff. Way too much stuff. But yes, we can get into all of that as well. So yeah, the last time you heard from us would have been the Wednesday morning episode.
Yeah.
Which seems so long ago now. And Download went so quick this year, didn't it? Like, I remember you came over to me on the Sunday morning and was like, I can't believe it's the last day, even though we had an extra day of music.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think that made it go quicker.
Yeah, I do.
I'm being serious. Like, that going to the arena on the Thursday just made it go so quickly. Then after that, it was like gone. But, time does really fly when you're having fun. So it's all relative. When you're having more fun, time seems like it goes more quickly, quicker than normal. So it makes sense. But yeah, great. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
Fucking yes, mate.
Definitely.
Loved it. We got a lot to talk about.
We have.
I mean, performance-wise, this could be the best Download I've ever been to.
Really? Nice.
I'd say the most consistent.
Yeah.
Throughout the sets, but we'll get there when we get there. But
yeah,
yes.
Definitely. I was going to say it was great to see you all. We had the meet up on the Wednesday. We weren't going to too much at the moment, but yeah, we had the meet up on the Wednesday where we met a lot of you, which is amazing. We met a lot of you at Anti-Saint on Saturday morning, which was also amazing, and we met quite a lot of you walking around as well. So yeah, it was really nice to see you all. I got recognised my voice again, which was awesome.
Yes.
But that was only the once. So one time each year, I want to find out how many times you got recognised, if you can count. Yeah, you probably
literally, I felt so fucking blessed this year, man. Like, I can't count. It must be around 60, 70 people, Mark, that came up to me. Like, I only managed to get 30 photos somehow.
Yeah.
But that's still a lot of selfies with people that I wanted.
Yeah.
Other people took selfies with me. I forgot to get selfies for loads of people like on the first day. And so I was just having too much fun. But honestly, like, yeah, it was, oh man, it was overwhelmingly amazing. I literally loved talking to everyone that I met. And the Discord meetup was just, apart from some of the bands, I think that might have been my favourite bit about the festival, just hanging out with all the people that we've talked to for so long and have been fans of the podcast. It was, just loved it. Loved meeting all the people. It was great.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I was going to say, do we want to get into complaints? But as we got into this a little bit, should we talk about that a little bit first? And
sure,
and then try and get some kind of structure going.
Sure.
We're not very good at that.
It'll be fine. We have a structure. It'll be good.
I need a little bit of structure. I don't like structure. I like the chaos.
No,
we have born in it. No.
We have a framework, and we dance around different lines. Go around the frame, but there is a linear path that we follow. But it may go off in different directions. But we're always moving forward.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
A bit like my colouring, where it's like almost always outside the lines, but I get most of the inside bit done.
Yeah. There you go. That's it. That's it. Perfect.
Awesome. But yeah, so okay, so we met up with everybody about 6:30 near the Dogtooth stage, Doghouse stage. Did it again. We didn't know what it looked like at the time, so we said just near the Doghouse stage. And I cocked up a little bit. I messed up. I sort of put, we're going to be here. I took a picture, but it wasn't a very good picture. I probably should have just screenshot the map and gone, right, pinpointed it here, drawn a little dot. Here we are.
Yeah. I think everyone found us, so it's fine.
A few people came to speak to us, and at that point I felt rude going out of sort of the chat and conversations to try and sort of get more people, like take more pictures and stuff. So yeah, hopefully everyone who wanted to come and meet up with us was able to. I know Seeger's in the Discord wasn't able to, but we'll have another chance. But yeah, it was great. We met so many people there with it, didn't we? And
it was awesome. Grabbed a photo of everyone. It was just great to catch up, and just speak and just chat. And, we got on with everyone so well. It's so nice to put faces to names. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Like it was just nice to meet everyone properly, so I have more of an understanding of some people when I'm actually talking to them. And other people that didn't meet us there, I met just around anyway. So it is amazing how many people you bump into in a field of like 100,000 people. So but the Discord, I was just feeling so blessed that we had so many people come over and just chat. And like before, it's not awkward or thing. Everyone was just standing around, literally just talking to each other, which is the whole point of the podcast, really. I don't know, like sometimes I've watched other YouTubers and, people like do it, and it can be really cringy when they kind of meet people. They do it in such a weird way, like they feel like they're better than the people, and they're like, oh, talk to me. That is not us. That's not me here, and that's not me on the YouTube either. Like, we are as down to earth as you could possibly get. So nothing about it was weird or cringy or any of that sort of stuff. It was literally just people meeting up and having some beers, and it was great. I got such a vibe from that afterwards. I was like, we got to go back to the tent and start drinking and go out, because this is so, I was on such a high after meeting everyone.
Yeah, well, I think I can't really fully remember, but I think we stayed out drinking for a little while, and I got too drunk and came back to the tent. And then when you were going out in the evening, I was going to bed. And I remember Jacobs and Dave decided they wanted to go to the village, and I said no, I can't do it. I'm far too drunk. So they walked up one way. I started walking towards my tent and just went face first. I tripped over Dave's guy ropes. It was like, I'm normally okay with them, but like it was one of like the two strings, and I think I must have got my foot in between them. Just literally face first on the floor. I got a graze on my cheek, which I wasn't expecting, and some people in our camp saw it as well, which was
that's fine.
No,
you can fall. I mean, God, I can't probably count on 4 hands the amount of times I've tripped over guide ropes at download, so don't really matter, does it?
That's going to be one of my first, I think.
Really?
I think I've probably tripped over and fell over once before, but not anywhere near as bad as that. I literally face planted.
Oh, you face planted. Okay. Yeah. I've fallen over badly, but I haven't just gone. But I guess when you're drunk, your center of balance is off and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. And it was cool to see Stu. I think there was a few people still sort of trying to find us, trying to locate us, and Stu. And all I saw after I don't know 5 minutes of waiting, Stu just had an army of people walking towards us. They'd all found Stu.
Yeah. He popped out of nowhere, didn't he, with a load of people, and we were like, "Way!"
Yeah, Alexander was there as well.
Yeah, it was awesome, man.
Yeah, it was so
really
good. Thank you all for coming. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, we could just do a whole podcast about meeting you guys, but
yeah,
we've got to move on at some point. But yeah. No, it was wow, just to make unbelievable. We'll definitely be doing the same thing next year, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, and get a picture with more people and see how much it's grown.
Well, because loads of people left, and then we took the picture.
Yeah.
Because, dude, do you know what Vicky said? I had to give Vicky my jacket because it started to get cold. We'd been standing there talking to everyone for about 3 hours.
Really?
Yeah, it was really hot and sunny when we were there, and then when we started to leave, it was getting dark, dude.
Yeah.
When we picked up the crates of Bud and started walking, I was fine. I was drunk, so I didn't need it, but I had to give Vicky my jacket because she's like, it's fucking freezing.
Yeah. Well,
I'm we've been standing here chatting to everyone for about 3 hours. It was wicked.
Yeah. Awesome. But yeah, again, thank you all for coming. Really, really enjoyed that. What are some of the complaints that you wanted to?
Well, I just wanted to go through. Let's just start with some negatives, and I'm also going to put some people in their place because there have been some there've been some complaints that are yes, of course, yeah, acceptable, and there've also been some complaints where it's that's just ridiculous, right? So, one of the main complaints is that it was too busy. You bought tickets to a festival that sold out, so it's going to be busy. I hate to have broken that to you guys after the fact, but basically that arena though was no more busy than it was for Guns N' Roses in 2018. The only difference is in 2018 it wasn't like that every day. It was only that on the Guns N' Roses day.
Every day and during the day.
And during the day, exactly. So for you first timers who thought that was too busy, that's a standard sold out day at Download. So it's no busier than it's been before. But it's just never been that busy for the entire 4 or 3 days. So it wasn't oversold. That's just how busy Download can get. So if you're, and I was saying this to people, if you're not a fan of that many people and you want to go to a metal festival, the ultimate alternative to Download is Bloodstock. It is basically a mini version of Download with music tailored, to almost completely metal, going away with some stuff. But if you want something like that, but just not as busy, bit smaller, Bloodstock is the way to go. But you can't go to a sold out festival and then complain that it's too crowded because it's sold out. Yeah. So I think we can all nip that in the bud.
Yeah. Well, it's the same as we were talking about with the toilet situation. There would have been rules and guidelines that they would have followed. Mm-hmm. They would have said, if you've got this much area, this is the amount of people you can have in it, and it's always overcompensated. It's always a bit too much in the too busy side, but it's still okay. It's still against the rules. If they had sold all the tickets and sold out and then gone, oh, we need to make the arena bigger because there's too many people, then the bosses at the top would have gone, well, we can fit another 5,000 people in there.
Yeah.
So we'll sell some more tickets. It's always going to be like that.
Yeah, I mean, Download is only going to... Download should, hopefully, fingers crossed, only get bigger. So there's going to be more and more people. Obviously, hopefully they'll create more and more space, push stuff back, blah, 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 whatever. But yeah, so... Because there was people saying, oh, the staff were telling us that it's oversold. And it's it wasn't oversold. Those people who were doing that don't have any facts to back that up that it was oversold. They weren't working at the box office. They were helping out. We'll get to staff in a second. Okay. You just mentioned toilets.
Yeah. So
I'll say this. For some reason, there was no one there last year, but the toilets felt busier. So even though there was, it was a sold out one, I didn't wait as long for the toilets this year as I did last year.
No,
I'd say my
yeah,
go on.
Is that in the campsites or in the arena?
Both.
Both.
Yeah, I don't think it. I don't know. There were more toilets in some areas. There were less in others. I think my main complaint with the toilets is that they're letting the urinals overflow again.
Yeah.
And it stinks. And I think that was the main thing I noticed about the toilets. I used the ladies multiple times again.
Did you?
Because because what's the difference? It's a toilet. No one's stopping me going in there. So
I was going to say, I would have felt bad going in there. I was like, if someone going to stop me, I can't. I'm not very good at breaking rules.
If there's a spare toilet, I don't think the girls will care if we go in there. It's exactly the same toilet as we're doing in next door. It's stupid. We've talked about it before. I hate having the gender-based toilets. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Obviously, the urinals keep them separate. I understand that people don't want to see a load of penises getting out. That bit keeps separate.
Yeah.
But the portaloos, have them all unisex. It's absolutely ridiculous. We're all doing the same things in them. What's the difference? Doesn't matter what gender you are. Stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's my only real complaints about the toilets. Yeah, I didn't feel like I had to wait that long. People peeing everywhere again. People peeing everywhere again is a big thing. In the arena, the toilets next to the Opus stage, so the second stage, they were disgusting.
Yeah.
There were people pissing just anywhere they wanted on the entrance to the toilets, and they really need to stamp down on that because it just doesn't look nice, it doesn't smell nice, and you're walking through other people's pee to get to the actual toilets.
Yeah.
So they need to have security there to say, oi, that's the toilet, mate. Go in there. Understand this year was exceptionally busy, a lot of people, but I still feel like that's something that needs to be managed better next year.
Yeah.
Just for the general environment of people, And, we in the baking hot sun, it stinks. Doesn't smell nice. No one likes that smell.
Yeah, my nose is rubbish. I can't smell anything, so I didn't smell it at all.
Great. Okay, well, it smelled bloody horrible.
But yeah, I know what you mean. I went into those toilets quite a few times by the Opus stage. There was always urinals free.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. People just couldn't wait.
It was difficult to get to them. Like if you had two people back to back, you couldn't really squeeze. Like you touch both of them trying to squeeze past them. And I think that might have been what the problem was. Like people couldn't see the free ones at the back.
Yeah. That could have been set up better. Definitely. Yeah. Could have been laid out a little bit better in there. I see what they're doing, but there were people peeing on the fence while I could clearly see, a meter away, a free urinal that someone should be going in. So they need to manage that better next year.
I think
traffic.
Also,
go on, sorry.
Yeah, on that as well.
Jump ahead.
It can't be easy for the security. I'm pretty sure I saw them telling people to go to the toilets or the urinals on the right of the apex stage. But I think if there's just one person doing it, as soon as you get like one person we against the fence, other people go, oh, we can all do that, and then you all of a sudden you got 5 people doing it, and then it's
but
not
if you put someone there, and that person sees someone doing it and goes, oi, no, toilets are there.
Yeah,
trust me, no one's going to come over and say anything. They just needed a bit more. Yeah, they needed stern people management. You needed to just be a bit more stern with people. Not horrible, but look, come on, mate, toilets are over there. There you go. Lovely jubbly, enjoy your festival, but move your ass. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's how you have to be with security. You be polite and nice to people, but you also have a bit of authority to tell people that's not what they're supposed to do. So we'll get to security, don't worry. Yeah. Traffic.
Sorry, I'm going to bring you back again.
You keep jumping. Jesus Christ, can you let me get to my fucking...
No.
Oh, shit,
no.
I just knocked a load of stuff off. And that's why you don't bash your fucking desk. It's a load of shit falls off.
But yes,
sorry.
While I agree with you about the toilets, I can't say too much because I know Claire, who listens to the podcast, saw me winging against the fence next to the Dogtooth stage, waiting for Anti-Saint to come on. So be a bit. I can't think of the right word.
Yeah, a bit hypocritical. But that's fine. That's fine. We'll give you a smack on the wrist, and you won't do it next year. There you go.
Smack on the bum.
Give me a smack on the bum.
So traffic.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, so the thing that he just said. So obviously some traffic issues. It was busy obviously Download can't make these roads any bigger than they are. They can only use the infrastructure that is there for them. Coming in from West Car Park wasn't that bad, even though we got stuck in traffic because Adam missed a bloody left turn and you guys got in early. But even that, it wasn't too bad. I know that the problems were coming into the east, north and south car parks, because that's kind of where it bottlenecks and there's a roundabouts, traffic lights. So I'm not sure having those two car parks so close to each other is a good idea. I have a feeling they'll move those car parks a little bit next year, because it was causing obviously some serious people. Some people were taking, like us, we were taking 50 minutes to get in. Other people were taking 4 hours to get in.
Yeah, 6-8 hours. Some people...
And that's just two different sides of the same festival. Yeah. So there definitely needs to be some traffic management plans in place. I'm not saying it's Download's fault necessarily, but they do need to take some responsibility for it being so bad.
Yeah.
But again, they can't control the infrastructure of the roads. They can only use what they've got when it comes to roads and infrastructure and stuff. Trust me, I work for a house builder that builds roads onto property, but it's a whole thing. So yeah, just more traffic management next time, I think. And I think moving the car parks, the east and north car parks, around a bit might help the flow of traffic, because on that side of the map, on the east side, everyone's coming from the same directions, joining up at the same part almost. Yeah. So that's where it would have caused. Where coming in from the west car park and the south car park probably wouldn't have been quite as bad. So, yeah, I mean, I can't say too much on it because I didn't experience any of it. That's just what I've heard from people. We got in quite easily, an hour, where other people, obviously, it took quite a hell of a long time. So hopefully, something for Download to manage. Like I said, we're not always just going to big this festival up, or any other festival that we go to. We're going to give it our fair review, and of course there's always 100,000 people, there's going to be issues. Some people's complaints are valid, other people just love a good moan, which is fair enough as well.
But I think what they've already said for next year is you have to buy a car parking pass beforehand. You can't turn up and buy one on the day, and there will be specific car parks, and you have to go to that car park now. It won't just be a recommendation like it was this year. So that might be what the problem was: the people trying to pay to get into the car parks, and they weren't going in as quick as the others. So that's why it was building up.
Yeah, maybe. I think that it was confusing as well, because on the things it said you should go to that one, and then they said no, that's not what you should do. That was just a recommendation. Yeah, I think genuinely everyone was confused by the parking instructions this year. So yeah, we'll see what they do next year, but they can definitely manage it better. And you don't want people missing 4 hours of their festival because they're stuck in their car trying to get into the festival. It's not really acceptable. So yeah, another thing for them to sort out, but it'll be another lesson learned.
It sounds like they're on it,
Download this is the good thing about this festival is people that run it, they listen to the complaints and they will try their hardest to make it better. They might fail, they might not get it right 2 or 3 times, but in the end, they'll get it to, far away from what it started as. That's why people like this festival so much. They do try and make things better as much as they can, and they don't get everything right all the time. Let's move on. Security. So I heard, first of all, just general staff. I thought all the people in the campsites and all the people that I spoke to across the weekend were brilliant. I met some really, really lovely staff members that were just great people having a great time. They looked like they were having fun as well with everyone. Obviously, it was hot and difficult, a lot of people. Security checks going in. Just because someone touches you inappropriately doesn't necessarily mean they're a pervert and they're doing it sexually. Because I do know I was touched on the butt a couple of times. Someone else was touched in the crotch. I know some girls were touched and stuff like that. I don't think it was a point of them trying to cop a feel. When you have 2 different types of security, right? So I went in the first day and a security search was completely different to the second day, right?
Right.
That means that's just bad training. That is uneven, bad training for searches. Each staff member should be searching you in the exact same way every day through the festival. I don't think the people that they put at the search places, some of them were extremely thorough, One of them was like, take off your hat, check your thing, da.
Yeah.
One of the guys just went, and went through. Like, when there's no consistency in your security, that's bad management and that's bad training.
Yeah.
So that's what it comes down to. The managers are responsible for the training and how the searches work, how far they go, where they should touch and where they shouldn't touch. So, horrible when you're touched inappropriately by someone. But from the vibe that I got from those people, they're not doing that to touch you up. They literally didn't look like they knew their arsehole from their elbow.
Yeah.
They had no idea what they were doing. Some of them were great. Some of them were very nice. Other of them were quite abrupt. So it was a really mixed bag with security now. Now, the people at the front of the stages, I can't say anything because they never went over the barrier. Some people said they were really nice and that they were helping them and they were, just being really good. Other people said that they were being quite abrupt and moving people on and being quite rough with people. It all, these people have worked their asses off. So you do obviously get bad people in security. It's a well-known sector for having people in it that are absolute arseholes. But it is also known for having people that are fantastic and are good at their jobs. So I think with security, you're never going to get 100% nice people working in security. I just don't think that's possible, especially when you're dealing with, the sorts of people in festivals and stuff like that. So, a mixed bag with staff, I would say. A lot of people I met that were lovely. Some were more abrupt. Other people just didn't know what they were doing. And other people just were completely clueless. So, did you have any run-ins with anyone security-wise or...
No run-ins other than the woman at the water station in blue on Sunday. I think it was Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sunday. Did you see her?
Yeah, she was filling up people's bottles because the thing was broken, right?
Yeah, but in a really, really correct way to describe it.
Yeah, do you know what though? I thought that at first. But I think she looked legitimately stressed as hell because there were so many people trying to get water. I just think she was like, I need to get this done. I've got to be like stern with people. I don't think she was trying to be rude. I think she might have come across like that.
Yeah.
But by the look of her face when she was filling it, she was still saying thank you to people. So, I don't know. I got the vibe that she was just like, holy shit. This is a lot of people trying to get water. So she's like, right, everyone back. Just stay there. Give me your bottles. Kind of like when a mum gets angry. When the children annoy you. I think it was more like that. But I saw her as well.
Yeah.
Poor woman.
Couldn't believe it. Yeah.
Like the taps had broken or something, and she was like, "Yeah, give me it. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go."
She was like, she shouted like bottle tops off or something like that, and I was in the world of my own. So I didn't hear her, so I went to pass her the bottle, and she's like, "Bottle tops off." I was like, "Whoa, wow, what really?" So I said it a minute ago. I didn't hear you. You should have. I'm loud enough, sort of thing, but I didn't hear her. It's not my fault I didn't hear her. But
why weren't you paying attention?
I didn't know what the fuck she was doing. I was like, what? Why can't we fill it? Why do you have to fill it for us? Because there wasn't that many in the queue when I was there. It was like she had just taken control and wanted to control it.
I think it's because the other three had broken and they didn't want people breaking it more. So she was like, I'll just fill it up from this one that's working until the others were repaired. Yeah. Well, that's what she said to me anyway, but yeah.
It did make sense.
You meet some characters.
Because they were quick. Yeah. They were quick.
Yeah, She was filling it up real quick. I was like, what? You just filled up like a 2-litre bottle in like 10 seconds.
But those taps were good, weren't they? They were very good. I did see some of the ones where you got to press the button and it goes everywhere apart from in your bottle. Mm-hmm. Maybe a little trickle into your bottle. It goes.
They had those in the arena next to the Dogtooth stage and they were terrible. But the ones in the camps, really good. Yeah.
And it was cold water
again,
as well.
Again, a good upgrade from Download. Yeah. Trying to make those better. And to be fair, there were water points all over the site. I didn't at one point feel like I was too far away from a water point. So
no. And another complaint people had was there should have been more water points. But the queues for the water went so quickly. We queued at the one next to the Dogtooth stage a couple of times. It was a long queue, back to sort of like longer than the length of the Dogtooth stage. And we were at the front in a matter of minutes. It was so quick because the taps were so quick as well. So I think people just saw the queues and went, I ain't standing in that queue. They didn't actually stand and wait, and they weren't waiting half an hour to get water. They were probably, He just wanted to walk away and complain about it to everyone.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of queuing this year, but there was a lot of people.
Yeah.
But to be fair, a lot of the queues went down pretty quick. You know, the staff behind the bar and the people running their own, vans and stuff. They really were trying. Everyone looked rushed off their feet. So hopefully they made a lot of money. The last complaint. Go on, sorry.
I was going to talk a bit more about queues. Shall we do that now, or
you can talk about queues if you want?
Cool. So I didn't actually see many queues at any of the bars I saw. There might have been some. There might have been like one particularly busy bar that everyone was going to. But so many times, like I've been there and you got like sort of 3 or 4 people deep at the bar and you can't get there. Whether that was more staff, so the queues didn't form, or people were drinking less, they were drinking more water. I don't know. But
they looked long, the bars, and
yeah.
I think the busiest ones I saw were the ones, I think it was bar 1 and bar 2, the ones either side of the main stage.
Yeah.
They were the ones that were busiest, but the queues went down really quick.
Yeah. But also the co-op one, that's one of the only other queues I was in. That went down quite quick as well. I only went to the co-op once this year, though, because I didn't want to get in the queue.
It went down super. I probably queued for co-op about 4 times.
Yeah.
And you're standing in it for like 10 minutes and you're in.
Yeah.
Because they let people in groups. And having those self-checkouts helped so much to get people in and out really quickly. So, yeah, great. Again, co-op, a little bit more pricey this year, but still not into unacceptable levels. They did run out of water a lot, but that's understandable. They did restock it, but it took them a while. But again, a great partnership, which long may it continue.
Yeah. Just don't put the prices up anymore, please, because meal deals were £6 this year.
Yeah.
Which is still quite good.
Yeah, I mean, something that's like £2 than what they are in the shop. So
yeah.
That's not that bad, really, is it? It's actually pretty good for a festival. So I loved it. I'm still a huge fan of the co-op. We'll see how expensive it gets. And the last thing, we get out of the complaints so we can talk about some good stuff. People complaining about rough mosh pits.
I don't think I've seen them. Seen those complaints.
Now, that's understandable. Some can be rougher than others. Some of them I saw were very jovial, with people just leaping about, having a great time. Other ones I saw, obviously, when the band are a little bit more extreme, people like to do it. I don't think intentionally there are many people, there are probably a few dickheads, but not many people go into these things to actually hurt people. Sometimes when you're pushed into someone in a pit, or your arm flails and accidentally hits someone, you can't help these things when there are that many people being pushed around. I would say is, if you go into a mosh pit, there is always the expectation that you might get hit in the face, hit in the nose, hit in the tit, hit in the arm, hit in whatever. If you're not willing to take that risk of possibly being hit, don't go into a mosh pit. It's as simple as that. Every time you go in, there's a risk you might get hurt. Not 95% of the time you're not going to, because people will take care of you. But also, accidents happen. You can't control when they're going mental. So if you don't want to get hurt 100%, don't go into a mosh pit.
Yeah.
There you go.
Or near.
Simple as that.
I stay
or
well
near.
away. I don't go anywhere near the front.
I'm an edge guy now. I used to be the guy in there, leaping around, pushing everyone, having a great time, pulling people off the floor, grabbing them, going, fire, yeah! Like, do you know what I mean? I ain't got energy for that now. I'm a side guy. For the whole of Metallica on the Thursday, I was a side guy. I'm standing there, I'm bopping to everyone, I'm singing, I'm high-fiving people,
nice.
But I'm not in it anymore. I'm on the edge, just like, setting the tone for people in the middle. That's what I'm on now. But yeah, awesome. I only saw great pits with people having a great time. That's all I saw. Yeah. As soon as someone fell down, boom, they were back up within absolute seconds. 2 or 3 people grabbing them to pull them up. I think that the vibe this year, the vibe of people was just like, everyone just looked like they were having such a good time.
Yeah.
It was just like smiles on everyone's faces. I met a lot of people that was their first time and they're like, oh man, I can't believe how awesome Download is. Like, definitely going to come again. So, yeah. So even though there are complaints, you're not gonna have 100,000 people just go, yeah, because that's not the way of the world. And now we have a platform for everyone to complain. A lot of people's complaints are valid.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
Other people just love to moan, and other people are just fucking idiots. So they're the three things. Obviously, some people have valid complaints, of course. Another quick one I heard, sorry, I didn't write this down, was, see, this is a difficult one. Disabled access, right?
Yeah, I was going to say about that.
So a lot of people had difficulties, which is understandable because it's a busy year to try and get people through. But I think one of the things that grated on me the most is they were like, so you're disabled, you get to a disabled area and the disabled area is full. Now, even though you have a disability, that is no different to you going into a tent that's full because you got there late.
Yeah, okay, I get that.
There's absolutely no difference. If it's full, it's full. You're not going to be able to get in. If you really wanted to get in, then get there early. Now, I understand that it was much more difficult to get anywhere, but I don't think you can complain if you're a disabled person and that area is already filled with disabled people. The problem with that is the disabled areas look great, but you can make them bigger, but they encroach a lot on the rest of the space. So I think that Download would have to make those bigger by making the rest of the space bigger, then making the disabled areas bigger. Yeah. So I get it. I understand. It's difficult to get around anyway, especially if you have a physical disability. People still like they were having a great time, but I understand your complaints if you have a disability. Obviously, it was difficult for you to get around. Very busy, annoying that places were full. But if you get somewhere late, it's full.
Yeah.
That's the same as any of us walking into a tent. I got there late. The tent was full. I couldn't get in.
Yeah.
I got there late.
Yeah.
So, there's some people have valid complaints, obviously, but some people, you just have to try and get to places earlier and try and think of stuff. But yeah, difficult. I can only see it from my point of view. I'm not a disabled person, so I can't see it from your stature of where you are. So yeah, very difficult. But all the people that I saw with disabilities, they were having a fucking great time. So yeah. Fantastic.
Same with this one. I haven't actually read too many of the complaints that people have. I've seen a couple of little bits, but so I can't really comment on what I've seen because I haven't seen much or haven't paid attention to much. I know there has been a lot of complaints, and some people are forming like group to put mass complaints in or the disability act.
Should I tell you what the worst thing I've seen so far is? I had to write fake on a post earlier on.
Really?
So someone had shared something in one of the Download groups on Facebook, and it was pictures of a festival, and it said, "This is how disgusting Download was after they left." And it was this picture of these fields with rubbish everywhere, loads of tents, and it said, "This was Download this year." It wasn't. It was pictures of another festival.
Yeah.
So now people are trying to create beef.
Yeah.
And create people saying that, and all the people they were like, "That's not even Download." Like, what you're talking about, and loads of these are from actual Facebook pages, proper established business pages, and they're all just trying to get in on Download and try and put a bad spin on it. I was disgusted. I was like, "Are you kidding me? That is not even Download Festival." I just wrote fake, and then I reported the post.
Good.
So I was like, "Don't even try saying things about like reporting fake news about my festival. That is absolutely disgraceful." It's probably been taken down by now, but yeah, I just thought like, oh my god, like really?
What? Yeah, why?
Is this the lengths that people are going to now to try and get in on it?
Yeah, to try and get some attention, to try and get internet likes.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I really don't get it.
This the internet, isn't it?
Yeah.
The internet is the best thing and the worst thing about the world.
Yeah.
Innit? That's just like we've always agreed on that. It's the best and the worst of humanity, the internet.
Yeah.
But anyway, so those are some complaints with some good things thrown in there. But, it was a busy year, man. It was a busy year. Down and have a lot to learn from this year.
Yeah. Definitely.
A hell of a lot to learn. But they learn every year. So I'm sure next year a lot of these things will be updated or changed or dealt with in certain ways. But yes.
Well, yeah.
Let's move on to something else.
Well, they will learn from a lot of things, I think. Mm-hmm. I'm certain they will. Do you think it's going to be as busy? Do you think it's going to sell out again? RIP is
depends. It really depends on who they book. Yeah, but that happens every year now.
Yeah.
RIP just goes. Like RIP every year goes. So yeah, I expected that. My prediction for next year, because of the revenue from this year, next year will be one headliner that they've wanted for a long time.
Yeah.
There'll be one headliner next year, and it will be someone that they have wanted for a very long time and haven't had the money to get them. So, someone that hasn't played that. I don't know who that is. My predictions would be either, so not all 3 days, but one of those. I think it'll be either Foos,
that's one of mine.
Blink, or Green Day.
Oh, okay. The two in
Foos, Blink, or Green Day would be my predictions for one of those. Someone that they've always wanted.
Yeah.
Blink's a perfect opportunity now because it's Blink.
Definitely.
Green Day's someone that will be massive and get there, and Foos is something I've always wanted to see at Download. I don't know how they haven't played yet. It's absolutely ludicrous. Fucking play Reading every other fucking year, but never play Download. Stupid.
Yeah. Well, Green Day, it's going to be 20-year anniversary of American Idiot. That's what I've seen a lot of people saying. So that
makes me feel old.
Yeah. I didn't think that album went down as well as some of their earlier stuff. I thought people didn't really like it, but they must have, looking back.
Bro, American Idiot is their biggest album by a million miles.
I did not know that at the time. I thought people hated it. But
No, what the hell?
Hated it, but didn't like it.
Dude, probably hated it because it was so overplayed.
Yeah,
they were on every channel every 5 seconds.
Yeah. But yeah.
Dude, they sold out Milton Keynes Bowl for 2 nights on that album.
Did they?
Like, yeah, man. Like, that's the, like, pinnacle of Green Day. Since I don't think they've made anything quite to that standard.
No.
Who was I talking to that? I think I was talking to Chids about that. We were sitting there having this exact conversation about who we think was going to play, and then we were just sitting there in the morning. I think it was Saturday morning. It was just me and him in the arena before Anti-Saint, before we came to meet you guys.
Okay.
And we were just sitting down having some breakfast, and me and him were like, who do you think's going to play next year? And then we were talking about Green Day, and then we were talking about how we don't think they've made great albums since then. Couple of good songs here and there, but nothing to the standard of American Idiot. That's like the pinnacle of Green Day.
Yeah, awesome. But yeah, like I said, Foo Fighters as well. Mm-hmm. They are always going to be a headline band.
Oh yeah,
even in
no
10,
doubt.
20 years' time, I think.
Yeah.
And they have been a headlining band for a long time. They have been able to do it at Download for a long time as well. So like you said, he's wanted them for a long time. I think Andy has said that it just hasn't worked out, the timings of doing it. The other band I had in my head was Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yes.
That could be a good shout.
Chili. Tack that on to what I said. Because, Chili's, again, a band they've probably wanted for ages. Probably quite expensive, but haven't played before. And something we haven't seen at Download before.
Yeah.
So, definitely. Any of those bands, I will be happy with.
Yeah.
Some more than others, but I would be happy to watch legitimately any of those bands that we just said. I'll be like, yep, sweet.
Yeah.
Count me in.
Count
me in.
I reckon he may try and get AC/DC back again because he really loves AC/DC, I think, doesn't he? And they haven't played for a long time. I wouldn't like
I love AC/DC, but if they bring their own fucking stage, they can get fucked. I'm going to be standing at the side of the stage throwing piss at them the whole time.
Stand at the regular stage.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to, stand there with my fingers up the whole time like that.
So, we've just been talking amongst ourselves for a little bit, and we can't remember what we were talking about. But in that chat, we were talking about how Simon has been accepted for accreditation for 2,000 trees this year again. Whoa!
Yeah!
Well done, Simon.
So we will have unlimited access to 2,000 Trees Festival, which we will be covering in another episode.
Yeah. And I was given accreditation for Download Festival. So I wanted to tell you the tale of my press pass. Because I didn't do very much with it. I didn't do...
Well, we have to tell them the story, right? We're telling them the story. We're going to give you... This is like, guys, right? Full transparency on this podcast. That like full transparency for you guys. Like, I'm sure we fucking told all you while we were there anyway. But we might not have made the best decision of who this media pass went to.
Yes.
Although it was my fuck up, so I deserved to not have it.
I mean, I had fun with
you
it.
You deserved to have it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter, dude. You deserved to wear that wristband, and I didn't.
Well, I mean,
even though we didn't do that much with it, it doesn't matter.
No.
You deserved to have it, and I didn't.
No, what I did with it was a lot of fun, and it was very cool. And I will tell you the tale. But yes, Simon didn't get one because he didn't apply for one, which is why he didn't deserve it.
Can I just defend myself quickly, right? So me and Adam have a lot of conversations, and sometimes they're quite staggered because he's a busy man, he's a family man. I'm kind of busy, I guess. And and we were messaging, and he applied for it. And the way we were talking about, he did message me and say, you have to apply as well. But the way he was talking about it, I was like, oh, so we're going to get these media passes, as in if it was for both of us. As it turns out, he's like, oh, we got accepted. And then I said to him, cool, when are we getting it? And he went, what do you mean we?
Yeah, pretty much.
You had to apply as well. And I'm like, did I? And then he sent me the screenshot of it. And I was like, oh, fucking hell, he's right.
The screenshot of our conversation about 2 months previously saying, you need to apply separately.
And I obviously didn't do it. I've done it for trees, so I obviously know how to do it, but I obviously just didn't. So Adam was the only person with a guest pass backstage area pass this year. Totally my fault. But Adam will explain the journey. So that's just to let you guys know why we both weren't back there. And when he went of us was totally my fault, guys. All right. As they will say back in the day, my bad.
My bad. Back in the day, is that an old saying now? Shit.
My bad. My bad is like the most 90s saying of all time.
I mean, I don't say it very often anymore, but I didn't realise it was an outdated saying.
I think it's the ultimate way. It's the ultimate way of saying that something was genuinely your fault. Is just stop everything and just go, guys, seriously, my bad.
Yeah.
That one's on me. Fair enough.
Yeah. I miss the days of Uber being a compliment.
Uber?
Yeah.
It's a fucking taxi service.
But it wasn't. It wasn't back then. Was it Uber? Yeah, the German word for like fantastic, super. Yeah.
Uber advice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never used that. That must have been a West Country thing.
Yeah,
that
maybe.
never happened.
Uber.
Uber. All right, me. We don't much. We got any Uber, do ya?
We liked it because of the R in it.
Because that's what it is. It's got an R on the end. Perfect. In London, I don't think I ever heard anyone say Uber apart from when Uber became a thing. So.
Although I did hate. Did you have? Was it Awesome Balls? Or was it something Balls also?
Oh, Awesome Sauce.
No.
Or whatever the hell
it
people
had
say.
balls in it. And I fucking
people used to put awesome on words. They'd be like, oh, that's awesome sauce.
Awesome sauce,
and I would be like,
good.
what the fuck did you just say?
Yeah. Listeners.
Awesome sauce?
Tell us what the balls one was.
Yeah.
I cannot remember, but the people...
Come into the Discord and tell us what you can put awesome in front of to make it sound way worse than it did before.
I can't remember what it was, but yeah, the people I knew that said it, I hated. So I hated that word.
Oh, you'll have to remember what it is, man.
Yeah, that's so annoying. I might put it in here. If it comes to me in the next couple of days, you'll just hear it right now. And back to the podcast. Yes, so...
Do you know what I got to say there, guys? Right away, right? This is to all the people that know. I'm super stoked for this story, guys. I don't know about you, but I am super stoked for this story. I can't wait.
Awesome. I'm actually quite happy that has become a thing.
When we were standing at the we were at Tamworth, and then like me and Adam were chatting, and we were just standing there, and then he goes, "Look at the Discord." It's just loads of people being like, "Super stoked."
Yeah.
Oh, that is great.
People were mocking me in the Discord. It was good.
Good. But anyway, sorry. We're having way too much fun for a post. I think we're having more fun on this episode than we were the pre-download ones.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
And at download together, because we didn't see each other that much at all.
No, we camped about 4 foot away from each other, and I probably saw you for a total of about 4 hours for the entire time.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're our own men,
Yeah,
aren't we? We chat to each other all the time.
Yeah, I was backstage having fun.
I was going to say, yes. If I'd have done my job properly, we would have spent a lot more time together. But unfortunately, I'm an idiot, and we didn't.
You said about applying for it. When I was applying it, I asked the questions like, how are you going to cover download? How have you covered it previously? How are you going to cover it after the festival? And as I was writing that out, I thought, this is amazing. We've done, I said we do podcast episodes about an hour and 45 minutes long each. We did 6 episodes last year about download. And I said about all the specific years we've done. And I was like, there can't be anybody more qualified than us. Right? if only Simon applied. As I was writing, I think I sent you a screenshot of it and I was like, actually writing down the things we've done about download, it was really cool. It was really cool to think back. And on that, actually, I will do a bit of a spreadsheet. I love spreadsheets. Getting some statistics of everything we've
Spreadsheet
done
nerd.
for the 50th
Okay.
episode, or for a 50th episode bonus sort of episode that we'll put out, because we said we're going to do something awesome. But the 50th episode is going to be a download review, so we shouldn't really put it in that. But anyway, yeah. So I was applying. I was waiting for about 2 months for it. It was so annoying. I was trying to wait until I got it back to buy my ticket, so I didn't have to pay for a ticket, and I'd be able to get in for free. But I almost waited too long because I got my ticket like the night before it sold out.
Yeah, you cut it close this
And
year,
that was-
man. Like real close.
That was still about 6 weeks before I heard back from them. 2 months, something like that. It was
Yeah.
a while. So yeah, I finally got it. I messaged the guy and said, look, I know people who have heard back from you and said that they have got media accreditation. I know people have heard back from you and said they haven't. We've heard nothing. So I don't want to. I know it's like only about 10 days away from the festival, but is there any update? And he messaged back saying, who's in your party? So I said, me and Simon. And he was like, I've only got an application from you. But we covered that. But yeah, that's how that conversation went. I was like, shit. So I got there. I got a letter and everything, a proper letter saying I was gifted media accreditation, etc. I had to go to the box office to get my ticket, to get my wristband. And we obviously got there really early because we were hoping they'd open the campsites early, which they did. And we were right next to the box office in West Car Park. So I went over there and said, like, can I get this now? I showed her the letter and was like, I don't know what I'm doing really. And she was really nice, really, really nice woman. And she was like, okay, so I'll go to phone someone. And she gave me the wristband that said weekend guest on it. I still had no idea what that meant. She said, you got to come back later for your media accreditation. And I sort of walked off, went to the toilet, and walked back and said, what exactly is that? Is it another wristband or something? I don't know. I'm coming back. I don't know why I'm coming back. Is it what do I got to get? She said, yeah, it's another wristband. That's the one that had press written on it. So I went back a few hours later, but the woman that was there that time got real snotty with me. She went to give me another weekend guest wristband. She must have just not known that I'd been there earlier, so I held my hand out. She saw my weekend guest band on already, and she was like, you've already got one. I was like, yeah, I came earlier. And she said, you came early. I was like, whoa. Yes, we were here early. There was people in these cabins. I thought, I'll come and ask. And then she got real snotty and was like, well, I suggest you read your letter because there's other information that you might need to know in there. Like,
maybe the woman before wasn't supposed to put that on you quite yet. Maybe there was a time that they were, because I think that, they have to record who's got her. Maybe that woman before, even though she was very nice, maybe she actually wasn't supposed to give you that till a little later on. But, I mean, there's no reason to be that abrupt. But yeah, I guess like we said, man, it was hot. There's a lot of people. Yeah. A lot of people were stressed out. Like, she probably didn't mean to be quite that rude.
Yeah,
but
she was very rude. And there wasn't that much more information on the letter, to be honest. Just opening and closing times for the box office where I could get it. But my plan was to ask her. My plan was to go back and say, like, okay, now I've got these. What can I do with them? Where can I go? What sort of things can I actually do? Because I've never done this before. But she kind of put me off asking her any more questions or standing within a mile of her anymore.
Yeah.
So I was...
I mean, do you know what? Do you know what I realised? What I done last year at Trees, and I'll do even more this year because I've got way more confidence with getting into these sorts of areas.
Yeah.
Last year at Trees, I just went everywhere until someone told me I couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah. I didn't have the confidence to do that.
Because these wristbands, if you go like that, you're like, yeah, they're like, okay. And then you just walk about.
Yeah.
I would fucking walk. I'm sure I was in areas in Trees last year that I wasn't, not necessarily I wasn't supposed to be in, but I just carried on walking. I thought, oh, what's around here? I'll have a look.
Yeah.
I was talking to people, saying hello and all that. I mean, I didn't know what areas I couldn't go in.
Yeah.
I knew where I could and couldn't go. I just sort of walked about a bit. And I think that is quite nice to have that freedom where I can go in there.
Yeah.
I can go over there as well.
Yeah.
I go in there. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that bit about it was nice. But I think that's what we're going to have to do next time is literally just go in a place until that person says, oh, that wristband doesn't actually get you in here. And then you go, oh,
yeah,
no problem.
Yeah. Well,
go back to...
Well, I was told the weekend guest wristband supersedes the normal wristband we had, the blue one. So I could account anywhere. I could account, well, not anywhere. I couldn't account in RIP. I couldn't have gone to the ones you had to pay more for. But I could have gone in Camp Lona. No, that wasn't different. The green one, the Camp
Eco.
I could have gone in there if I wanted to. I'm sure there was another one that.
Well, you probably would have been able to go to obviously the guest one.
Yes, the guest one. Yeah, I wanted to go in there, but I didn't get the chance. But one of your friends ended up in there, didn't he? He was talking to me about it.
Yeah.
He said it's all like fairy lights everywhere. But I thought,
was that Dean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dean is one of those people that I guess just walks around.
Yeah.
And he really looks like he should be in a band.
He does.
If I was on security and he was walking towards me, I'd be like, hey, dude. Go on, get in there. He just looks like he should be in a band. Like he looks like one of those people that you should just give access to them wherever they go. So yeah, I'd let him in. So that says it all, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So I didn't do much with my bands the first couple of days, apart from show them off a little bit, maybe a little bit too much. But so on the Friday, I went back for the first time. I went back there into the guest area behind next to the main stage. It was quite cool in there. You've probably never been in there, have you?
In where?
The guest area where the RIP people can go
no,
as well.
I've seen it in vlogs and videos, but no, I've never been in there.
It was cool. I'd never seen it, but it was like a massive open space. I saw a lot of women wearing very, what's the best way to put it? Sort of very specific outfits, I would say. So it seems like a lot of Instagrammers.
What does that mean?
Like a whole full on leather outfit, and I mean a lot of women do it anyway, but they'd spent a lot of time piecing together the exact bits they want for this very specific outfit. And I thought, because RIP can go in there, I thought there's probably a lot of people that think they're like models and Instagram go in there.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, people could say the same about me if I went backstage. They'd be like, oh, there's that YouTuber.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
So I guess it is that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Influencers is a huge deal now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
not that I'm saying anything bad about them. It's just something, it was an observation.
You'll notice.
Yeah,
an observation. Yeah. That's fair.
But I mean, if you've seen Stu's vlog, you'll see that they've got like proper pamper rooms in RIP as well. So it's not surprising that people looked good coming from RIP because they've got the hair dryer and straighteners and mirrors.
Do you know, I'll say this. I know, obviously, Stu, you listen to this. Every time I saw him, I was like, you don't even look like you've been to a festival. Because he was showering and he had all the luxury. Every time I saw him, I was like, I look like an absolute state. And I was like, every time I saw him, he looked like he'd just turned up for that day.
Yeah. He
looks
good.
Yeah, he looked like
every day.
Every day I was like, bastard.
Well, he was obviously vlogging as well. Stu, did you have a shave? I'm curious. Did you trim it to make sure it was like?
I had to alert Adam because he went on about this. Like, I've never seen anyone shave at download, so I put loads of shaving foam on my face when I was going to shave. And then I was like, Coxie. He looked over and I'm like, oh, here we go. He's going to shave.
I don't think you used that last year. It was just a bit of water. And I was like, well, bloody shaving.
It was a bit, I needed to this time. But then, do you know what? Then Sammy actually said to me, he's like, do you know what, dude? Can I borrow some of that? Because I kind of feel like I need a bit of a tidy up. So it wasn't just me. I just think it's one of those things that people don't think about. But if I'm on camera vlogging, I don't like to have my tash stubble. Yeah. Like, either grow a tash or don't, I think. And I get stubble on the sides where my little thing is, and I have it in weird places because I can't grow full beard, so it just grows in random places. So if I don't shave it, it's very obvious that it's coming through. So I have to shave sort of every day or every other day to sort of keep it looking neat and tidy. So if I'm at download on the second or third day, I have to have a shave. So
and I know I said to you when I was there, I wish I was more disciplined with keeping myself trimmed. At the moment, it's just a massive big bushy beard with a hole in the middle. But I have thought as well. Some of you might not know this. I am probably going to join the YouTube Massive for next year's download. I'm not going to be a vlogger. I'm not going to do vlogs. I'm going to do something different. But I have thought. I didn't want you thinking I was taking the piss out of you. I have thought if I was doing the same, I would do the same with shaving.
You can take the piss out of me. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's all banter, mate. Like, it doesn't matter. Take the piss out of me if you want. I'm only going to give it to you back anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I will if I want to, but the shaving thing wasn't one of them. This is my main
No,
point.
but I love the way at first you were like, I've literally never seen anyone shaving at Download before.
No.
I was like, that's a valid point. I don't think I've ever seen anyone but me shaving at Download before. So it's fine.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so the Friday, while I was in the guest area, there were a few places cordoned off with security. I saw one of them had like loads of tripods with like proper professional cameras and stuff on. So I walked over to the lady and I sort of spoke to her and said, I've got this. Am I allowed in there with this? And she said, yeah, you can come have a look. And I was like, I'm just sort of getting my bearings at the moment. I don't really know where I can go or what I can do. So she said, yeah, come in, have a look around. And I was like, not at the moment. I was a bit too drunk to go in at that point. I didn't say I'm too drunk, but I was a bit too drunk. So the day after Anti-Saint, I went back there again in the guest area. I was back there with Stu. And so we walked in there to have a look around. And it was really cool. Like, Kerrang were doing interviews. There's loads of laptops all over the place. There's a feed of the main stage on a TV in there.
Awesome.
So you can, yeah. But the thing is, I was more drunk than I was the day before when I didn't want to go in.
No.
I was wasted after Anti-Saint. I lost a lot of my Saturday. So there was another area we could have gone down, and it looked like it was a track leading to behind the main stage, but I don't know. I didn't go down there. But yeah, we were in there for a good hour and a half. Just sat on one of the sofas drinking a beer. Like, in fact, I actually left to get some more beer and came back with it. Yeah, for Stu. Yeah, because he got the round before we went in.
Well, at least one other member of the Dear Download team got in there, eh?
Yeah. But I couldn't believe how drunk I was. But there was a little sort of receptionist woman. She wasn't a receptionist, but she did that kind of role in there. And I did think about. I could have asked her, like, because she was really nice, very friendly, and said about my bands and said, I've not done this before. What can I do? Where can I go? But I thought of that on Monday, just gone. So it was a bit too late to ask her.
Slightly. Still, it was a cool experience.
It was very cool.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Something so that you remember next year we'll be on it. I'll actually apply.
Yeah.
And maybe we can both get backstage and maybe we can, get an interview with someone or something. I don't know. But we'll work on it. We got backstage for Trees now. I know that's just me, but we'll get something out of that. But yeah, cool experience, dude, I think.
It
very
was
cool.
Very cool, yeah.
Very just cool addition.
Not enough of an experience, but it was enough for me, I think, because I have a lot of self-conscious, is that the right word? Self-confidence, not problems. You lack in it sometimes when you shouldn't. Bit,
yeah.
Yeah, nice one. Yeah, I can't just walk into somewhere and hope they get me in. I would have to stop and chat and go, can I come in here? Not loud.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, it was good. It was good. You know what I mean? An experience nonetheless.
Yeah, it was very cool. We'll do it next year.
Hells. Yeah. What's next on the agenda?
Yeah, do you want to go from your list, or should I have a look on mine?
Can I talk about food?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Don't worry, guys. We will talk about band. So, just to remind you again, this will be a two-parter. We're not talking about everything in this episode. There'll be this bit where we've waffled on about loads of stuff, but we've found it really fun. And there'll be a part two, so that we will get to the bands, if not in this episode, at least a day or two in this episode, maybe a day, and then all the other stuff will be in the other one. So we will get through everything. Don't worry.
And while we're here, actually, then as well, I might as well. We should say there's been some interest in the Discord about whether people want us to send in their thoughts on bands, thoughts on the certain band sets and everything, or just their kind of a little bit of review in general. And I haven't really said much. I've been quite quiet in the Discord since coming back, but I think it's a great idea. I think it's absolutely amazing idea. So we will do that. We will do a sort of a listeners edition of reviewing downloads. So yeah, get them in. We'll change the Wednesday morning episode submissions channel to listeners reviews, and we'll read them out. Or you can send us in a voice clip again if you want. That was awesome for the Wednesday morning episode. So yeah, do it, and we'll do an episode just about you again.
Yeah.
Yeah. What good food did you have then, or bad food?
Right. So we're gonna go through some stuff. Here we go. Hold on. Let me get it up. So I had some good food and I had some bad food. So I've got 2 bad things that I had and 3 really good bits of food that I had. So I'll start with the bad thing. So I had a really bad breakfast baguette. Weirdly, from the same van that I got something really great from, which I'll get to. Very weird. But, the breakfast and they're actually what they do is different because I think a lot of these places tack on the breakfast because they know people are going to have it, but it's not necessarily their, air quotes, bread and butter, not actual bread and butter.
Yeah.
I had, I got a sausage and egg baguette because the ones from Greg's are amazing. So I got a baguette with a really big sausage in it and they just put one really terrible egg just in the middle of the bap. Just one. So you had this giant thing that looked like a hot dog with a massive bit of sausage either side and just one small egg dumped in the middle. And it was very dry. The bun wasn't buttered or anything, so that was not good. And it wasn't cheap. The worst thing I ate there, though, was probably the most expensive thing that I bought. I went to the Wrap Shack, which was near the avalanche stage. There was 2 lanes you could get to the avalanche stage through, one on the left-hand side and one on the right-hand side. There was a little run on the left-hand side, and it was across from where I got one of the best thing I ate all weekend.
Okay.
But first thing I got was from the Wrap Shack, and I got a Cajun wrap, and it was the plainest, most tasteless thing I've ever gotten, and that and a drink was £17.
Wow.
And it was fucking terrible. I will never be eating at the Wrap Shack again. It was really bad. It was just very it just had no taste. When you think Cajun, you think, oh yeah, bit of pep there to it. Just nothing. Just tasted like nothing. Tasted like I was just eating the wrap. So
wow.
Yeah,
I thought I heard people talking about them and how good they were as well, though.
No. Fucking shit, mate.
Yeah. Maybe
honestly,
they were wrong. Maybe
shit.
they're talking about previous downloads or something, but they had something good from them. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I didn't hear that. Maybe I heard something completely different. I will never know.
Yeah.
That's right.
Some shit. Right, and then 3 really good bits of food, really great bits of food that I had. I had, in my vlog, I show 2 of these. So I had a falafel wrap from the veggie place on the right-hand side of the main stage.
Yeah.
And it was massive, big wrap with loads of fresh salad, fresh falafel, fresh hummus. It was like £14 for that and a coffee, and it was absolutely incredible. I loved every single bite of it. The people at the store were really lovely, and the food was really great. Sometimes at festivals, veggie is the way to go. It was great. It was lovely. I recommend that place to anyone. The name of it is in my vlog. I can't remember what it is. Then from the same place that I got the bad breakfast from, this was right before. So as the village, just down from the bumper cars, before you got to the grass bit that went down a hill, there was a couple of stalls there across the road from the little barrier that people were sitting on. Yeah. And I got a chicken burger and chips, and this was from the same place I got the terrible breakfast. The chicken burger was amazing. The brioche bun, the chicken was crispy, yet it was like just lovely and juicy in the middle, and even the chips were absolutely banging. I couldn't believe that I got such a good chicken burger and chips at Download. Like, it was really, really nice. Me and my brother ate it, and we were like, that was, I don't think I've had a better chicken burger and chips than that from anywhere. So, bang on. Nice. And then the best thing I ate all weekend, across the road from the Wrap Shack, down that little lane, just going towards the avalanche stage, I had gyros, or gyro, as the Americans call them. Gyro or gyros.
Okay.
Gyros, whatever you want to call it.
I'm wrong.
It's just because Sammy's Turkish, and they share a lot of similar stuff with the Greeks. So he was going gyros, just shouting at them basically. And so we got a gyros box. Oh, unbelievable! It was the chicken. It had chips with it. It had tzatziki sauce, fresh vegetables with the like kebabs, slowly roasted chicken. It was, oh my god, legitimately one of the best things I've ever eaten at Download since I've been going. Nice. So if you see that store that just says gyros in blue with the little twirl, looks very, very Greek, honestly go there and get something. It was really great, really unbelievable. So had a few bad things, more really good things. And yeah, I was really up for the food this year. And then I went to Co-op and got the rest in between. What about you? Did you sample any cuisine?
Yeah, well, I had one of the gyros.
Oh, gyros!
Gyros! The one I got was from the village. I think I was walking back to the campsite from in the arena one. It was during the day, and I was already quite pissed. So I went and got one because I was quite hungry, and it dripped fat all down my top.
Oh,
I must have been a bit of a state. It was brand new top, so the first time I ever wore it. But it was really good, as far as I remember. Really, really nice. We got a pizza from one of the places in the village as well. That was awful. £12 for a
really
pizza. Didn't even fill the box. Yeah, I mean, it tasted okay, but it wasn't. Sometimes you're not really going to get value for money at festivals, but this was just a piss take.
No,
the size of it. What else did I have? I had a Yorkshire pudding wrap.
Oh,
from Alexander Toon's friend's place.
Oh, okay.
Like
I never knew that. I would have got involved if I'd have known that.
Yeah, it was like a blue van. It was on the left hand side. It was a walk.
Oh
down.
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that. I didn't get anything from there, but I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, I had that on the Friday. I was meeting Kelly because she was turning up on the Friday. She had to park in the South Car Park and walk the whole length of the festival to the other side to Blue where we were camped. And she obviously had no idea, so I walked down to meet her. But we were drinking quite a bit that morning as well, weren't we? And I was like, I can't. If I meet her, I know I'm not going to eat after, so I need to get something before meeting her. And so I just grabbed that on the way down through. I didn't really didn't look at much else, but it was amazing. Yeah, really, really good. Like proper vegetables in it as well. Really good.
Yeah, nice.
Was there anything else I had? I'm sure there was a lot of. When you were talking about the one on the left hand side by the grassy bit that goes down, I thought you were gonna. So I got some food from up there on the very first day. I think I just got a pulled pork roll, pulled pork baguette, which was quite good. A bit salty, I think, but still quite good.
Vicky got one of those.
Yeah, can't go
when
wrong
we got the
with...
chicken.
Was it the same place?
No, it was a different place. It was a place next door.
Like next
so the place next door to that place was the place that we got the chicken and the bad breakfast from.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Yeah.
Yeah, but when because we always do this thing where we take a bite of each other's food just to see what it's like.
Yeah.
And she took a bite of my chicken burger, and then she looked at my dad and she thought, "This is okay," but I think she wished that she got the chicken burger and chips. So
awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it was all right. You can't really go wrong with pulled pork. A bit of stuffing, a bit of apple sauce.
Yeah, nice.
It was a bit, like I said, a bit salty, but it was still good. I cannot think of any others at the moment. I'm sure there was other times that I ate, but they're not coming to me. I'll just shout them at you as I remember them throughout the episode.
Shout them at me randomly. But yeah, so yeah, good food. Yeah, let us know in the Discord what your food experiences were like in the food and drink section of Discord. Because
I really wanted to use that more for food, and I wanted to say to people, like, take pictures of what you get and where you got it from, and use the food thing in the Discord, like you just said. Mm-hmm. But the signal was awful, wasn't it? So we wouldn't have seen very much.
I'll stick, because I got pictures of my. I took some pictures of my falafel wrap. I think I got some pictures of some other stuff, so I'll stick them in there later and see what people are saying. We'll start a convo in there and talk about food.
Awesome
for a bit.
Sorry, I cut you off.
Good stuff. No, that's all right, mate. You can crack on.
But yeah, like you said, it would have just made me envious of what everybody was eating as well. I think while we were there, it would have ended up being very, very expensive.
Yeah, well, it's all good.
Yeah,
we ate some good shit. We had some bad shit, but we ate some good shit at the same time. So it's
all good. Bacon. I had my usual bacon barbecue.
Nice.
On the Thursday, I went to Co-op, bought a barbecue, bought 4 packs of bacon. I was full after eating one.
Yeah, didn't make me fucking anything.
I don't think you were there. You buggered
off.
You buggered off again.
What I should have done was
just cook some bacon and fling it at his tent.
Yeah,
hoping it went underneath.
What day was this?
I'm pretty sure it was Thursday.
I was definitely there.
Would have been Thursday morning.
Yeah, I was definitely there. So you just basically didn't cook me anything. Fair enough, mate. Let's move on. Metallica are releasing a lot of the stuff from the Thursday. They've now released, Leper Messiah is up live from the Thursday, and they've just released an hour ago Harvester of Sorrow from Donington as well.
Very nice.
So I'm sure we'll stick those in the Discord. But yeah, Metallica are good at that. They will release just random tracks from it. So yeah, wicked.
Well, we should probably start talking about some bands. How were Metallica for you?
So we're going Thursday, yeah?
Might as well, yeah. Oh yeah, good point, yeah. Thursday Metallica.
So just start Thursday. So Thursday I got in proper late.
Yeah, didn't we all?
Like you said, we were we were all just getting like just hammered, doing a lot of drinking. So we saw all of Alter Bridge, who were great, really really good. We weren't very far in for it, but I enjoyed it. They have reinvented themselves to me, because they were so boring in 2018. I actually thought they were really good. I thought Miles Kennedy sounded great, and yeah, I enjoyed them. So. Well done, Alter Bridge. You've won me back over again. I will see you at another festival and get much closer this time and get more involved. But yes, and then, of course, headlining the Thursday on the main stage, the first of 2 Metallica sets. Before I go into some details of that, what did you think? And then I'll go off on one because I got some notes.
Okay, well, shall I do my undercard bands first as well?
If you saw more on the Thursday, sorry, I didn't. I jumped ahead of you there. Well, you crack on.
I didn't see more. I saw Alter Bridge too. I think I went in to try and meet the guys from Anti-Saint, I believe. Or was that Friday? I don't know. It could be Friday. But yeah, where I was stood for Alter Bridge, it was sort of quite close on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
But I couldn't see the stage. I could only watch the screens, and I shouldn't have done that. I love being able to see the stage, even if you can't see the band members on it. Like it just being able to see what it's
that
like.
View.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was good. I enjoyed it. I thought they were good. I thought he was very good.
He was very good. Yeah.
But yeah, my sort of place where I chose to stand, dumbed it down a little bit, sort of put a downer on it. But yeah, I've said before, I didn't used to like Alter Bridge. I thought he was a bit whiny. I wouldn't give him a chance. But I've listened to a bit more recently, and I do. I mean, there's nothing to not like about Alter Bridge. Really,
yeah.
It's fantastic musicians, fantastic, all of them. What they do individually, really good.
Yeah, definitely, good band. Okay, so now let's
Metallica.
jump. Sorry. Metallica.
Do you want me to do my Metallica first, and then you have
your... do your Metallica, man. Then we'll discuss some stuff. I'll go for it.
So I think it was a similar thing. I didn't really get to see much of the band. I was probably in the same place. Not sure if I moved or not. So I didn't like that. I mean, there wasn't really much to see anyway. To be honest, I obviously didn't miss out on very much by not seeing them. I thought they didn't really put much of a performance on. I've said this in the Discord. I mean. I think personally, I think they're relying on their songs, the songs they have in their back catalogue, and how big they are, how famous they are. They don't need to do much else apart from play the songs for most people. But I know it was a complaint for a lot of people that they didn't do much else. I think personally, because they don't need to. But for some people, some people who aren't really into them, they needed to put on more of a performance, more of a show.
Yeah, Metallica on. I mean, perfect example is the yin and not yin and yang. No one's bad and good, but the yin and yang of Maiden and Metallica. Maiden put on a show.
Yeah,
they obviously rely on some songs as well because they have fantastic songs. Metallica rely, like you just said, they rely on the music and the songs more than the performance. So they have fun, they rock out, they do everything they're supposed to do, but there's no show really with Metallica, which is fine because they have a lot of good songs, but I get why people would look at them and think, I like this, but isn't that interesting visually, which is fine. I understand that. It's not really a complaint. I guess it's just a comment on it. That's fine. I totally agree with that. They're not a showman band. They're not a Kiss or a Maiden. They play their songs. Their fans enjoy their songs. They say thank you and they leave.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Some people just aren't showmen and stuff. But having said that, I thought the performance and the songs that they played were excellent. And I was obviously way further forward, right in front of a mosh pit. We were the barrier for
Were
the
you?
mosh pit.
Oh,
Vicky was
nice.
at the front, and Chess and us were standing there. So we were very involved, and it was very loud. And where we were, everyone was singing all the songs. You'll see on the vlog. So I had a completely different perspective on where I thought that the Thursday was fucking excellent. I thought that the song, I think starting with Creeping Death was awesome. Just straight into old school thrash. Fuck it, let's have a go. It's Donington. The new song sounded great. Luxa Turner sounded amazing. Screaming Suicide, Sleep Want My Life Away. I thought all the new stuff, even on the Saturday when we get there, all the new stuff sounded so good live. I thought it was some of the best stuff they played was the new stuff. It was a really nice surprise to hear them play Orion instrumental.
When they first started playing that, I thought, it sounds like an Iron Maiden song. And then when
with the bass.
Yeah, when he said at
yeah.
the end what the song was, I was like, oh yeah, Ryan.
Yeah.
That's way before the Iron Maiden song that I thought it was. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, really?
I think it was on one of the Dance of Death albums, or maybe.
Oh,
like
okay.
So yeah, they were obviously first.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, Orion is fantastic. I never thought I would get to hear. I know they've played Master of Puppets in Fallen Places, but I've never heard Orion live. So I was freaking out because I was like, oh my God. And they're going to do the bass solo and they're going to do it I was like, it was just amazing. Before we go on, what did you think of the towers and the screens?
Oh yeah, they were absolutely amazing. A little bit distracting sometimes. Like I said, I like to be able to look at the stage. I don't need to see what their facial expressions are, what they're playing. I would prefer to be able to see the stage than look at the screens. But with all the screens there, like you're admiring them as well. You are looking at the screens because they are cool.
They were,
but they
very,
were
very
cool, weren't they?
Yeah.
I am assuming you think the same. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I
I like when they use them for visuals.
Yeah.
Like when like a song was playing, like we'll talk about it in a second, but they were playing Fuel and all of the towers were pistons.
Yeah.
Going like that for Fuel, and I was like, that is fucking
that.
Awesome.
I
was like, that is so cool. Yeah. That is like I was like,
find it.
That's cool. And then for on the Saturday when they were playing Unforgiven, they were playing bits of the music video on their snippet. So I thought that they really it made the main stage area just look fucking huge.
Yeah.
Like they were so cool. Dano better come up with something next year like that, because that is mega.
I've heard, I don't know how reliable the source is, how true this might be, but I've heard Download might be buying them off of Metallica at the end of their tour.
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It was like in the contract. Like, yeah, let's have those once you finish the tour.
Could be hearsay, but I think that I think it won't look as big if they don't have those next year or something similar.
Yeah.
That was real stature to it.
Yeah, definitely. I was going to say about the images on them, I thought it was really interesting because a lot of it on the Thursday, they had like the blue kind of anguished faces. I think it's probably the best word to describe them. There was like really like anguished, and they would sort of fade away a little bit one way. And then they had, I think it was some other images after they'd had, but those faces were on there for a long time. And there's some other images after, and I thought they look AI. They look like they've been made by AI, and I thought this is weird for Metallica to do that. I could be wrong. They might not have been AI, but they looked it, because there was always something off about them, something wrong about them.
Yeah.
So it was. Yeah, I thought it was funny because it's Metallica. I don't know. I think everyone will know. I don't need to explain it.
Yeah, but I think that, as much as they could do, I thought that the visuals that they used were fantastic. I know they're not much showmen, but I thought that the visuals worked really well.
Yeah.
They played The Day That Never Comes, and I was so happy when they started playing it. I was almost close to getting tearful. Sort of that was coming over me because I was having such a good time. Like, friends around me. They were playing pretty much one of my favourite Metallica songs. Haven't seen them in ages. It was a Thursday. It was also my birthday. I was almost there. It's the first. I'll tell you later what happened to me on the Sunday, where almost another emotional moment happened. But this was, it just blew me away. Fuel was great. Seek and Destroy was absolutely fantastic. They ended with Master of Puppets, or it was the second to last song. I can't remember. I think it might have been the last, second to last. It was good, but it was sloppy as hell. It was such a sloppy version. You could tell they were all really tired by the end. Like, I'm not just picking out Lars' drumming here. The guitars were sloppy as well. Master of Puppets. Metallica have the reverse of what Slipknot have, and we'll get to Slipknot performances.
Okay.
Slipknot start off really sloppy. They always start off really sloppy.
Yeah.
And they're really tight by the end. And Metallica start off really tight and get a little bit sloppier at the end. Probably just an age thing.
I'd be interested to know how many other people have noticed that or know about that, because I never pick up on anything like that at all.
Slipknot have always started sloppy. Always. They always sound not off, but everything sounds just a little bit sloppy for the first one or two Slipknot songs. They still sound great, but they don't sound as tight as they should be. And then you'll notice halfway through a Slipknot set, you'll think, fuck me, this is sounding really good now. And that's why they start off a little sloppy, and then they sort of they're like, okay, tighten this up a bit. Yeah, get that done. Sweet. Nice go. It's hard to start off gigs. I'm not saying that it's bad. They're just a little bit sloppy to start off with Slipknot all the time. But they just get better and better. And by the end, you're like, fuck, man, this is amazing. But Metallica, I had the opposite. They started off really strong, got to the end, kind of ran out of steam a little bit. They still sounded good, but Master of Puppets was sloppy as hell. But everyone still enjoyed it, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, honestly, I thought for people that don't put on a show, like we said, but just rely on their songs, I thought the performances and everything were great, and I'm sure you'll be able to see that from the YouTube videos that we just said that they're putting out. But yeah, loved it. I had a fantastic birthday. It was a great way to cap it off. I loved it. Loved every second of Metallica. I thought it was great fun. Really, really good.
Awesome. It was okay for me. I think I was probably quite drunk by this point as well. I left before they finished. I didn't see Fuel because I was quite drunk. I was like, I can't be dealing with that slow walk in the massive crowd going back to the tent, so I left a bit early.
It's fine.
But yeah, I mean, they were all right. I was just far too drunk this year, every single day, far too drunk. But
it's okay.
I'm glad you had a good birthday. Really am.
Yeah, it was great, and I got a card to wake me up. I got a present as well from Carter. I got a card from him and Chess. I got
Nice.
They got me these really funky SpongeBob shorts that I wore on that day. They were great. So yeah, I had a fantastic birthday spending time. Everyone sung happy birthday to me. That was nice.
Yeah,
so yeah, it was great. It was a really great birthday.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Thursday was absolutely banging.
What bands did you see on the undercard on the Friday?
On the Friday, I saw first band of the day I saw was Elvana.
Nice. They got cut short, didn't they?
The mix. I was going to say, the mix of Nirvana and Elvis, always highly entertaining. They were great as always. We were all singing along and dancing and all sorts of stuff. And then they went to play their last song. They went, I'm so happy because today I found my friend in my... That was it. So, no ending song for them. They got cut off and then they just threw their arms in the air and everyone was like clapping like, we still had fun. You didn't have to play the last song. So that was a bit annoying. But as always, a great band, highly recommended. The fuck is going on? I don't know. So yeah, it was fine. Yeah, it was. I absolutely loved Elvana. They're really, really good. Great performance as always. Just a lot of fun was had. Then I didn't watch Neck Deep. I perused Neck Deep while we were sitting next to the side of the stage and drinking. Again, they're not the sort of band that I like, but I was nodding my head a few times. Some of their riffs are quite good. Did you watch Pendulum?
No.
Okay, so then Pendulum, who were awesome, as always. Really, really great. Obviously, just, D&B, dubstep vibes. They played all the heavy stuff there. They played, I can't remember the name of it, but they played their song that sounded like Rammstein. They played a lot of the hits. Then they brought Matt Tuck out from Bullet for My Valentine to play the new song Halo.
Did hear that, yeah.
Yeah. So it came out couple of nights before, and me and Adam were listening to it like, fucking hell, this is sick. And we were like, nah, they're not going to bring Matt out just to sing that. And they were like, right, we're going to play a new song and we're going to bring someone out. And then Adam my brother, because he obviously loves Bullet like we all do, and he loves Pendulum as well, started leaping in the air at the thought of Matt Tuck coming out to sing for Pendulum. So Carter was like, he was literally leaping in the air.
Nice. Was that
so
before
yeah,
he even
they brought
seen
out Matt Tuck. Yeah, he just said, bring it out. So and he's like, yeah. And then Matt Tuck was like, yeah. Like, we were all going crazy. It was great. Which was awesome. So yeah, it sounded great. It's a wicked song. It's always great to see Matt as well. So I can't wait to see Bullet at Trees. Fucking headline.
Yeah.
But anyway, Pendulum were very good. Really good performance. Good vibes all around. It was lovely and sunny. The sun was just about, just starting to go down a little bit. So it was a bit less hot. But I had a great time. Did you watch anyone after Pendulum?
Evanescence.
Well, we're just about to get to Evanescence.
Excellent.
So we caught a bit of Evanescence. Obviously, I really, really wanted to go watch Vil Vallo.
Yeah.
But we saw how busy that tent was and how busy Evanescence was and how busy Bring Me would be.
You're not complaining about how busy it was, are you?
Yeah, no. I was saying I made the executive decision that we would go and watch some of Evanescence. Well, it was Vicky's decision, really, but we would go and watch some of Evanescence, catch a little bit of that, leave early, and get a really good space for Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah.
Which happened.
Nice.
But what I saw of Evanescence was really good. Amy Lee was sounding really great. And yeah, they were awesome. And from the people that were really in and involved with Evanescence, they said it was fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
So fair play to you if you got in for Evanescence. But yeah, what did you think?
I think from where we were, it didn't sound great, but that was more our location. We were quite far back. We were, the road that goes along the top of the near where the stalls are. We were the other side of the road, so we were really far back.
Okay.
I think we got there quite late, just as they were about to come on, and it was, as you said, it was already really, really busy. So it didn't sound great. Yeah. It still sounded okay, but I knew it was the wind taking it or whatever. It wasn't.
Yeah, there was some. I think everyone across the weekend will agree the second stage you have to get super close to. They need a second set of speakers further forward for the second stage, or aimed in different positions, because there's some serious wind issues on the second stage. If you're not in the right position, it will sound like going in and out of phase because of the wind. So just a note to yourselves, again, download. Think we need to speak or deal with the arrangements for the speaker setup on the second stage. Apart from that, it's still a great stage, but we need people to have a bit better sound on there, because it was hit and miss for a lot of people second stage. So that's understandable then, dude.
On that stage, but
I saw a few on there, so I'll report on it a bit later.
Yeah, but otherwise, like I said, I knew it was the location of where we were, not the band, not Evanescence. I thought they were good. I didn't know many of the songs. I didn't really know the first album. But yeah, obviously Amy Lee's amazing. Still.
Yes, she is. Yeah. The 16-year-old me was freaking out, basically. But yeah, then we left and we went to get a great space, which we did, for the Friday longly anticipated headliner. The complete opposite of Metallica, people that definitely like to put on a show.
Yeah.
Bring Me the Horizon. What did you think?
Absolutely incredible. Like, seriously,
nice.
I don't know many of the songs, but the whole show, the whole thing they put on, the lady talking about the virus and the guy,
the AI,
the futuristic sort of dystopian thing going on, and everything they did, was so good. Like the narrative, we were still a little bit far back. We were a little bit down from the big wheel, so we were still quite far back. But it sounded great even there. It sounded really, really good. It looked good. They put on an amazing show. Absolutely awesome. I'd like to see more videos of like up close so I can actually see what they were doing. And I will search for them and find more. Yeah,
hopefully we get a good quality upload from Download or Bring Me themselves or whatever of the show. Because I agree completely. Might be one of the best headline sets that I've seen at Download, at least in a long time.
Yeah.
They really went in hard. Ollie was just on it in fucking full force mode. I think a lot of people said to me, and said, that they weren't Bring Me fans, but he has something that a lot of people don't have, which is stage presence.
Yeah.
You kind of can't take your eyes off of him when he's on stage, which is something you want for a front man. And other people see that as a bad thing. But if you're a front man of a band this big playing a show that big, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
It can only be good. And I also like the way that he had to apologise halfway through the set because he was just berating the crowd for the entire first half. And he's like, guys, honestly, I'm sorry. He was calling them pussies, dickheads, twats, just because he wanted everyone to keep going crazy. And I like that halfway through the set, he just said, I've got to say sorry to everyone because I've literally been harassing you verbally for the entirety of the show, which I thought was really, really cool. I thought it was very funny, entertaining. You know, they don't take themselves too seriously, which is always a good thing when you're doing stuff like that. But I thought the stage, I think I said this to you actually, when they first came out on stage, it looked like an Iron Maiden stage.
It did. Yes, it did. Absolutely. Like the whole church.
Didn't it? It had the big the windows, the red like curtains underneath, just a general presentation. The floor was like checked black and white, which is very Maiden 80s style.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looked very much like an Iron Maiden vibe. Obviously, from there it changed. I like you said, it had a narrative running through it. You had Eve or Evil at the beginning saying it all, and then the narrative going forward, and then you had all of the set changes where the LEDs would slide down into, you know, fire, ice, hell.
Yeah.
Just so much cool stuff. They had loads of like props. He had his sort of version of the sort of Jonathan Davis-esque
that was cool
microphone,
well.
Which is really cool. Just generally production was brilliant, absolutely brilliant, flawless throughout. Set-wise, I mean, it obviously was a lot of people were annoyed that they didn't play anything pre-Sempiternal, but I told everyone that that's what was going to happen. They weren't going to play anything before Sempiternal because they just don't now. It's just as simple as that. They've got too much stuff, which is fine, but they played loads of stuff with Sempiternal. Highlights Shadow Moses, which was unbelievable. House of Wolves was fucking insane. I can't believe they brought out Amy Lee to sing Butterflies, and Butterflies went into Nihilist Blues. I genuinely marked out, like a wrestling fan marking out on someone doing like an incredible move, or a wrestler making an in-joke about the industry. In the industry, they call it marking. You know, when you're a mark, right. You mark out geeky stuff. I marked the fuck out when she sang the Butterflies and it went into Nihilist Blues. Because it's like a dance Ibiza song. It's not something you would expect them to play at download.
Okay.
But it's like hard hitting.
Yeah.
And when they went into that, I was like, and they're going to have Amy Lee sing the entire fucking song as well. I was just like, this is great. So I freaked out at that. They just played a great best of set. They played a load of the new stuff. They played Lost, the new song, which sounded absolutely fantastic, huge. They done a lovely, beautiful version of Drown, which was just gorgeous, and everyone sang along like an acoustic version. Ending with Throne and getting everyone to jump up, and I was just blown away. They exceeded and met all of my expectations of what Bring Me were, and like I said to everyone afterwards, I can tell you right now, it won't be the last time they headline Download Festival.
No.
100%.
I think they could bring them back next year and not too many people would complain.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't think they will, but they could.
No,
they could.
They won't, but they could. Yeah, so good. Like I've said to you before, I'm not the biggest fan of them. I'm tempted to go and see them at their own show. Now, I know Jacobs and Shara have got tickets or getting tickets, and they said, do you want to come? And I probably would go.
Yeah.
Because they're that good. Did they play Strangers?
They did.
Okay.
No. Did they play Die For You or Strangers? I think they played Die For You. I don't think they played Strangers. Hold on.
I'm hoping this is not a Davidian moment again.
When are they going to... Wait, wait, is this their last song? When did they play Davidian? Yeah, they played it like 5 songs ago, mate. Oh. I love the way that you were standing there while they were playing Davidian, waiting for Davidian.
Yeah.
Has to be one of the best things of all time.
Yeah, so I was a knob back in like 2005 or whatever it was, 2004.
Yeah, they did not play Strangers.
No, yeah.
They played Die For You. I knew they would play one of those ones that they released, the singles that aren't from the... I don't know if they're from the album, but the ones that they've released in between that and Dear Diary.
Cool. But yeah, I was going to say about... Like I don't know much about the band, or the people who are fans, to be honest. But every now and then the cameras would go over onto the like guitarist or bassist or drummer or whatever, and I thought like they look cool as well. Like, I don't know if people concentrate on it being Ollie's band or Ollie's the main guy. Because I think like the guitarist was just wearing shorts and t-shirt, and that was it, just casual shorts and t-shirt. And I thought, he's a headlining guitarist. It's not just Bring Me the Horizon. It's not Ollie's show. Like, he is a headlining guitarist.
He's the face of the band, but all those guys are so important and integral to how that band works and the music and everything. They have such fantastic ideas, and like you said, they're just a fun bunch of dudes from Sheffield. That's it.
Yeah,
that's why it's so fantastic. It kind of, it's not the same band, but it reminds me a lot of Iron Maiden, where Iron Maiden, all of their people are a little bit more performy. They're just a load of fucking Cockney geezers from somewhere in London that managed to make a great metal band. And it sort of has a mirror effect on Bring Me the Horizon. You think they're just a bunch of fucking lads from Sheffield that have done the same thing as Maiden, where they've worked their way all the way. I'm not saying they're on the same stature, but, you know, I don't know, there's a lot of parallels between them. And like you said, just fucking wearing shorts and t-shirt.
Yeah.
Fucking slamming on the guitar, like slamming like great riffs, but just not giving it. Oh yeah, I love it. I thought I like the way that all the rest of the band was sort of silhouetted amongst the LEDs, which was really fucking cool.
I didn't really see much of that.
Just everything, everything about the performance, everything about the production. The sound was great. The performances were great. Ollie was great and on form. The crowd loved it.
Yeah.
There were girls at the front, like just not even girls, just people at the front when the camera went on, and they're just bawling their eyes out, just amazed that they were witnessing this set so close up. And when you see that, and they were showing the pit and the energy and the people and like how loud the crowd was and how much everyone was singing the songs, and I sung every single word of every single track because I couldn't not sing them. Like I love this band, so it was just so refreshing. And proof that new bands can headline Download Festival and be successful at doing it if you pick the right band.
Yeah, and they need to carry on doing it.
And they are the right band.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of people's predictions for next year, and a lot of them have got people... Well, we were talking about this earlier. I was going to say this in that chat, but we just went off onto something else.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault. It was like carrying on a conversation from probably about an hour and a half ago. Yeah, a lot of people's predictions are people like Green Day, AC/DC. I've even seen Queen. I haven't seen many people predicting a younger band like Bring Me the Horizon. And I think Download have to do it. They have to carry on what they started. They can't go back to previous years of not having new bands.
Yeah.
They need to have at least one new band on for at least a few years, you know, to start the next step.
Well, at least, you know, it's confirmed we have another Download headliner that can headline the festival again.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
There you go. So at least that we've got that, nipped it in the bud, got it out of the way. We'll get on to other bands that I think should be headlining, because there was one other band that played this weekend that played a headline set on the second stage. That's all I'm going to say. I won't give you any more information than that.
Oh,
but
I want to know.
And they a little bit of weight bait for you there for the next episode. And it was probably one of the again 4 or 5 of the performances this time were 4 or 5 of the best performances I've ever seen at Download.
Yeah.
And Bring Me the Horizon was one of them.
Yeah. The rest of Saturday and Sunday
Metallica was great.
Not tell us about, isn't it?
Yeah. Metallica was great and I had fun, but the Bring Me performance was on a whole fucking another level, on all levels. So, yeah. But I'll make you wait for that one. But yeah, I had a fantastic Friday. Had a great Friday.
Definitely.
Brilliant.
Definitely great Friday. I cannot believe like how good Bring Me the Horizon were. Like I know I've said it a few times, but you know, it wasn't just me. You know, I saw a lot of people in the same boat as me saying, you know, they're okay. Not the biggest fan. Came away from that absolutely loving it, absolutely loving them. But yes, we should move on to something else, because we just keep saying the same thing over and over again.
We're just going to keep gushing about Bring Me the Horizon. Okay,
yeah,
in different ways.
I want to. But yeah, so something else that happened on the Friday was the Church of Genexus. Just sort of round the episode out. I don't want to go. Yeah.
I know. Hey, come on! Don't be saying those words to me. Those words still make me tear up to this day. Don't make me. Don't. But probably the most I've ever cried at a television show before.
Really?
Was David Tennant's Regeneration. It was fucking awful in a great way. Like, it was written so perfectly.
Yeah.
The score was perfect. The The acting was perfect. The goodbyes were perfect. And that last line just killed... Fucking bawling my eyes out, man. I couldn't help it. All those years you didn't want him to go. And when he says he doesn't want to go, you're like, nah!
Yeah.
Nah! So, yeah, me and Vicky have still got all that to come. We haven't been through New Who together yet. We've watched a few episodes, but we're going to go all through New Who together at some point once we've got through some other things. But, yeah,
awesome.
Sorry.
Yeah, so...
Still makes me freak out to this day.
If anybody who is still unsure what the Church of Genexus was, it was a red shipping container, basically. It was to do with Bring Me the Horizon. It's to do with their next generation. I have a feeling that's what their next albums are called, I think.
I don't... What is the next one called?
Next Gen or Posthuman 2?
I thought it said Posthuman 2. Yeah, to start. I think it's called Posthuman Next Gen.
Cool. But yeah, so it was to do with their sort of next iteration of the band, what they're doing next, really. And it was essentially like a massive puzzle hunt, a massive sort of riddle for people to work out. I'm not going to go into it too much because I could talk about this for ages, but that's the kind of thing I absolutely love. We saw people putting up a big kind of billboard with leaflets on as we were leaving Blue to go into the arena on the Friday, and I knew it was going to be some kind of like puzzle hunt or like scavenger hunt kind of thing, or ARG is the other word I was trying to think of, which is augmented reality game. I remembered it. Excellent.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, it's basically when like you have Easter eggs in something, and then something takes it into the real world, like in a game, and then it goes into the real world somehow, and you got to go and search for things in real life. And this is basically what it was. And as soon as I saw the leaflet, I was like, I would love to get stuck into this. This is exactly what I like. I've said to you before, I want to open my own escape room. I love that kind of thing. But I was too busy getting drunk, and I've still got the leaflet, and every time I walk past it, I pick it up and go try and work out some of the things in it. Yeah. There is a really cool video that I have reposted on our TikTok. You can go and have a look for it, but there should be a few more videos coming out about what it all was. But so you queued up to get into this red container. There were posters dotted around the site with some riddles on. You were given a poster with some more riddles on. You had to work them out, and then you take them, and I think you were given a coin as well at some point, and you have to queue up to get into the container with your coin. And when you go into the container, you can exchange your coin for obviously lots of little sort of riddles and puzzles to do in the container. And there was 3 sections to it. But yeah, I think you swap your coin for a necklace, I believe, once you've solved the riddle that's on the coin. And then with the necklace, you can then buy merch. You can buy exclusive merch that you could only get at that point. You couldn't get it anywhere else.
Nice.
And there were also, in the third room, they drew the red little thing on your head. Did you see the people with that on?
Yeah.
They drew that on your head, and then you had to dip your hand in and sort of paint on the wall as well, sort of put your mark on the wall. It was like a white wall, kind of like a mental asylum sort of thing. And yeah, you got that on your head. You've then sort of evolved. You've then gone to the next stage of the cult, something like that, whatever it is. But there was also treasure chests. I don't know how you got access to the treasure chests. There was 10 of them. And I don't know what puzzles or riddles you had to solve to get to open the treasure chests. But some of them had merch in, some of them had exclusive merch, coins, etc. One of them had 2 VIP tickets to every future Bring Me the Horizon gig. That was like the grand prize. And somebody's won it. Someone opened that chest. Like I said, I don't know how you had access to the chests or how you actually was supposed to be able to solve something to get into the chests themselves because they were locked. But I mean, there's so much cool stuff to it. Like I said, you remember the guy on the advert, which everyone remembers. Yeah. He talks about fish and chips at the end. And as soon as I heard that, I knew it was going to be some kind of, that was a clue to something, but I didn't know what. Yeah. But yeah, that was an answer to one of the riddles inside the container. There was so much to it. There's still, I believe there's still more that hasn't been solved because they've got a website. You can go to the website and put in your unique code if you went into the container. Some people got it, some people didn't. And like a password. I don't know what happens when you get in there. into the website.
Nice. I love all that sort of stuff, man.
love this.
It's very, very... So not only did they do an amazingly incredible set, they also had a really cool game as well, which puts another level on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's so good. I wanted to keep that short. I think I managed to explain as much as I could, as quick as I could. I could talk about that kind of thing for hours. I really could. But yeah, another quick thing before we go is how exhausted at least I was from the heat. I know most other people would have been as well. But I needed that Thursday, man, to recover from the Wednesday. I feel like, I mean, I'm not regretting that, or I'm not wishing there were less bands or whatever, but like you said earlier, you think it went quicker because the band's on the Thursday as well. And also, like, it was such a long day Wednesday. You're knackered. All you want to do is sit down Thursday. But yeah, I'm so glad they got the Thursday back for us next year, if I'm honest.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, there you go. You got your Thursday back next year, so
I think
you're done.
Part of the reason why I was so drunk all weekend, because it was so hot. And I don't usually buy that much drink in the arena. But because it was so hot, just cider was so nice.
It was proper hot, though.
Yeah.
I loved it, yeah. But it was too hot for me. Too hot, but still really nice. My heat rash actually stayed away this time. I only got it very, very mildly on my legs a little bit, but for the rest of the time I was fine, so I dealt with it. Also, there wasn't that many flowers; it was only grass and stuff. So my hay fever didn't play up too much while I was there.
No,
little bit here and there. Actually, been way worse the last few days than thingy. But I found some pills now that work for me. I took one today, and they really worked.
Oh, nice.
So
I'm the same. My hay fever has been playing up even after taking my tablets. Normally, the sort of over the counter Morrison's own brand tablets do the job, but not this year. The hay fever is kicking my ass through those tablets.
Shit.
Yeah, but I think it's the same for a lot of people. The pollen is really bad. But I said all the grass, all the foliage was dead at download. It was just dust, so there wasn't any pollen there to affect us, I think.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too bad. We should probably round it off there. I think I've got quite a bit more on my list, but we've been talking quite a bit.
Yeah, we still got loads of other stuff to go through, to discuss. We'll discuss the layout, discuss some other things. We'll discuss the village. We'll discuss Doghouse. We've still got the Saturday and Sunday to go through. So loads of stuff to look forward to in the next episode. So make sure you come back for the next one.
Yes. Awesome. Well said. Because I was going to try and do that. I had something in my head earlier. I was like, right, I'm going to talk about these two things to come back for. And I can't remember what those two things were. So I'm glad you did that. Thank you. We need to say thank you to a lot of people. Thank you to all of you who listened on the build-up to download. We're going to say thank you to our Patreons. We actually met one of them, actually. We met Alexander Toon, obviously. Jacobs was camped with us. And the other one was James Harrison. But he came up to me and spoke to me at Anti-Saint. He's like, oh, mate, I'm James. I was like, hello. And I think it was about 20 minutes later, I turned to him and said, what's your surname? He's like, Harrison. Oh, you're one of our Patreons. Thank you. Really appreciate it. So yeah, we met.
Well, we'll get into how much fun we had at Anti-Saint.
Yeah.
When we get into the
that
next
was one
episode.
of my things. Come back to hear all about Anti-Saint and my antics on Saturday.
And the fact that Ben Chids was absolutely off his face that morning as well, which made it. You two entertained me during that set. That's all I'm going to say.
Awesome.
Like, the band were obviously amazingly entertaining as well, but you two just look like you're having the best time ever.
Yeah, man. It was so good. We had another Dean. And Dean, Dean was the other Patreon, brand new Patreon just before download.
Dean!
Your friend, who also camped with us. So
I need to mention, he keeps talking about a hardcore takeover. Because he's like the biggest hardcore head in the entire world, and he really wants to come on here and do like a hardcore takeover about hardcore. Yeah. So at some point in the near future, I'm sure we'll have to have Dean on and have him school us. Yeah. I think I know quite a bit about hardcore, but this guy is the ultimate hardcore fan. So awesome. We should definitely have him on at some point. Yeah,
well, I mean, he was talking to me about that at your stag do, and his idea was it would be him and your brother, I believe.
No, we can't do that.
And me and you have a break. That's too much. Your honeymoon weekend, and I'll go fishing or something. I don't know. I don't like fishing. And
we'll just get 2 other people to take over. Yeah, fair enough.
Just do a normal intro as normal, and then they start talking. But yeah, we'll do something. It's very cool. I like Dean. I really like Dean. I like all of our Patreons. You guys are rock. I'm super stoked to have seen you all. No, you guys are awesome.
Super stoked.
Legends.
Super stoked.
We can't thank you enough. If anybody else wants to join our Patreon, you can find our link tree in the episode notes or any of our social media, Facebook, Instagram, all those kind of things, YouTube. All the links will be in the description where you normally would find them. So yeah, come and join us. We have 2 tiers at the moment, £3 and a £5 one. £3 is the acoustic guitar in the campsite tier, and with that one, it's just a support tier. We will say your name and give you a massive heartfelt thank you on the next episode. The £5 tier is the doghouse stage, I believe. So as we go, I'm sure we've said before, as we go, we're going to have lots of merch and everything up for grabs. So we will add the stages as we go. I don't know what we're going to do quite for the Apex yet, but that's going to be no, it won't be Apex. The highest tier will be Andy Copping's bedroom tier.
Andy Copping's bedroom. We're way off that yet. We're still on the
banjo string
campsite.
And Andy Copping's bedroom. Oh, I can't do it. Yeah, we are way off of it, but we will get there, I'm sure. But yeah, the doghouse stage tier, we will give you a thank you at the end of every episode. A huge, massive, heartfelt thank you, like we just did for James, Alexander, Jacobs, and Dean. Come and join us on everything. We've got all the accounts, all the social media. We'd love to see your face. Come and join us on Discord. We keep talking about it. It's so good. Some of the conversations that have been going on since download have been awesome as well. And one last thing that I mentioned in the last episode, in the Wednesday morning episode, that I pre-recorded and had to add in without Simon around, but I don't think I'll have a chance to do that this time. So I'm going to say it with Simon around, and it's obviously his wedding coming up, and I said a massive heartfelt thank you to Simon in the Wednesday morning one as well. And so I said it would be very nice to try and do something for him if you guys would want to send in just a little bit of extra cash to help towards his honeymoon. That's what he's asked on his invitation. That's what we're going to give him. So I thought it would be nice. You know, Simon probably, it's something I was meant to say in the Wednesday morning episode, but I didn't. Simon probably covers download more than any other person on the planet, which is why he should have got a press pass, but he didn't. But yeah, he puts all the work in. We've just talked about his vlog already today. Massive numbers on there. So loved by so many people. So I thought it's about time to give it back. And so my PayPal will be in there. I did have a look at some other things. There's Ko-Fi, there's Buy Me a Coffee. I know some people might not want to sign up to a whole brand new thing just to send like a digital tip. So I've got my PayPal in the episode description as well. Send over just a little bit. Only do it if you can. If you've got a little bit of cash spare. I know download was probably very expensive for a lot of people, and the cost of living crisis is ridiculous for a lot of people as well. So, don't feel like you have to. Do it if you can. Send a little message, and I will make a little card up with everybody's messages in there for him. I've just done a lot of talking.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
No problem. Anytime. Not anytime. You only get married once. Anytime you get married.
Wow. Do you? I could tell you what, I wouldn't be doing it again. So this will be the only time. But yeah, awesome.
Probably don't know what to say.
Are we going to go? Are we going to go now? We're going to leave the people and leave them in wait for the next episode.
We will.
Let's leave these bitches.
You know what?
Let's get the fuck out of here.
I'm going to struggle for the next couple of weeks to before doing the next episode, because I really want to do more. Like right now, I want to do the whole 2 episodes in one go. But it's going to be hard for me. I hope it's not too hard for you guys waiting like a whole 2 weeks for another episode. That's crazy. Especially a review for download. I don't want to wait.
Don't want to wait. Well, let's see.
Waiting until Monday night for the first vlog to be up was already bad. It's hours just sat there waiting. You see Chisvids, that was when he got his out Monday night.
Yeah.
Download.
Yeah.
Okay,
pretty impressive.
Yeah, definitely. But okay, yeah. So that's us for this episode. We've been Dear Download. You've heard exactly what you need to come back for. All the great things. So many good things. So we hope to see you in 2 weeks' time. This is our goodbye. I don't think I need to say anything else. So it's a goodbye from Simon.
Goodbye.
And a goodbye from me. Goodbye.